echoes of yesterday, resonating memories.
In the quaint town of Willow Brook, nestled between rolling hills and murmuring streams, there stood an ancient oak tree. Its gnarled branches reached out like old hands, embracing the memories of generations past. Underneath its shade, a small bench offered solace to weary souls seeking refuge from the bustling world. One crisp autumn morning, Sarah found herself drawn to the oak tree. She had returned to Willow Brook after many years, chasing elusive fragments of her childhood memories. As she sat on the weathered bench, the whispers of the past enveloped her. The air was crisp, carrying with it the scent of fallen leaves and the distant melody of chirping birds. Sarah closed her eyes, allowing herself to drift back to yesteryears. She remembered the laughter of children playing in the nearby meadow, the sweet scent of wildflowers carried by the breeze, and the warmth of her grandmother's embrace. But amidst those cherished recollections, there lingered shadows of sorrow her father's absence, her mother's distant gaze, and the ache of lost connections. With a heavy heart, Sarah opened her eyes, only to find a weathered photograph nestled in the crevice of the bench. It depicted a family her family gathered beneath the oak tree, smiling amidst a sea of fallen leaves. Tears welled in Sarah's eyes as she traced the faces captured in the familiar father she barely remembered, the mother whose burdens weighed heavily upon her, and the child she once was, brimming with innocence and hope. The photograph transported Sarah back to a time long gone, a time when the world seemed vast and full of possibilities. She remembered the warmth of her father's laughter, the gentle touch of her mother's hand, and the sense of belonging that enveloped her like a comforting blanket. But as she grew older, the fabric of her family began to unravel, leaving behind a tapestry of broken dreams and shattered illusions. As she held the photograph close to her heart, Sarah realized that amidst the echoes of yesterday lay the key to unlocking the mysteries of her past and finding peace in the present. She longed to unravel the enigma of her family's history, to bridge the chasm that had long divided them, and to reclaim the bonds that time had washed away. With determination burning in her soul, Sarah rose from the bench, her footsteps echoing against the cobblestone path. She knew that her journey would not be easy, that the path ahead would be fraught with obstacles and uncertainties. But she also knew that she carried within her the strength of generations past, the resilience of a spirit forged in adversity, and the enduring power of love that knows no bounds. As she walked away from the oak tree, Sarah cast one last glance over her shoulder, imprinting the image of the ancient sentinel upon her heart. For she knew that no matter where life's journey took her, she would always carry with her the echoes of yesterday, guiding her toward a brighter tomorrow. Driven by a newfound resolve, Sarah embarked on a journey to unravel the enigma of her family's history. She delved into dusty archives and faded photographs, piecing together fragments of forgotten stories and hidden truths. Her quest led her to the doorstep of her childhood home, a quaint cottage nestled at the edge of the forest. With trembling hands, Sarah pushed open the creaking door, stepping into a realm frozen in time. The air was thick with nostalgia, carrying whispers of laughter and tears long since shed. In the dimly lit living room, Sarah discovered a trove of treasure, one journal filled with her mother's musings, a faded letter bearing her father's handwriting, and a locket containing a lock of her grandmother's silver hair. Each artifact held a piece of the puzzle, offering glimpses into the lives of those who came before her. With bated breath, Sarah delved deeper into the past, tracing her family's footsteps through the corridors of time. She unearthed tales of love and loss, triumphs and tribulations, weaving together the threads of her ancestry into a tapestry of remembrance. But amidst the echoes of yesterday, Sarah also uncovered secrets buried beneath layers of silence and shame. She learned of her father's untimely demise, her mother's struggle to cope with grief, and the sacrifices made in the name of love. And in the midst of it all, she found redemption not in the absence of pain, but in the resilience of the human spirit to endure and to overcome. As she sifted through the artifacts of the past, Sarah felt a deep connection to her ancestors, a sense of belonging that transcended time and space. She saw herself reflected in their struggles and triumphs, their joys and sorrows, realizing that their stories were woven into the fabric of her own existence. With newfound clarity, Sarah reached out to her estranged mother, bridging the chasm that had long divided them. Together, they sifted through the remnants of the past, unraveling the tangled web of misunderstandings and resentments that had kept them apart. In the quiet hours of the night, Sarah sat by her mother's side, listening to her tales of love and loss, of dreams deferred and promises broken. She saw her mother not as a distant figure shrouded in mystery, but as a woman shaped by the vicissitudes of life, a woman who had loved and lost, who had stumbled and fallen, but who had risen again, stronger and wiser than before. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Sarah and her mother forged a new bond forged in understanding and forgiveness. They shared laughter and tears, memories and dreams, reclaiming the last years with each passing moment.
And amidst the echoes of yesterday, Sarah found solace in the knowledge
that though the past may be fraught with pain and regret, it also held the seeds of redemption and renewal. For in the tapestry of life, every thread, no matter how frayed or faded, was woven with purpose and meaning,
creating a masterpiece of resilience, redemption, and renewal. Armed with the knowledge of her past, Sarah emerged from the shadows of uncertainty,
ready to embrace the present with newfound clarity and purpose. She returned to the oak tree, the symbol of her roots and resilience, and planted seeds of hope amidst its gnarled roots. With each passing day, Sarah nurtured the garden of her soul, tending to the wounds of the past and embracing the possibilities of the future.
She reached out to her estranged mother, bridging the chasm that had long divided them.
And together they forged a new bond forged in understanding and forgiveness. In the heart of Willowbrook, amidst the whispers of the wind and the rustle of leaves, Sarah found solace in the simple joys of life, with laughter of children playing in the meadow,
the scent of wildflowers carried by the breeze, and the warmth of love that knows no bounds.
The passage of time seemed to blur the lines between past and present, as Sarah navigated the complexities of her newfound journey. She found herself drawn to the familiar haunts of her childhood, revisiting old memories with fresh eyes and an open heart. One sunny afternoon, Sarah stumbled upon an abandoned cottage nestled in the heart of the forest, a forgotten relic of days gone by. Intrigued by the mystery that lay hidden within its walls, she pushed open the creaking door, stepping into a world frozen in time.
The air was thick with dust and cobwebs, carrying whispers of forgotten dreams and lost aspirations.
Sarah's footsteps echoed against the wooden floorboards as she explored the rooms,
each one filled with relics of a bygone era, a faded photograph on the mantel, a dusty book on the shelf, a worn-out rocking chair by the fireplace.
As she sifted through the remnants of the past, Sarah felt a sense of kinship with the inhabitants who had once called this place home. She imagined the laughter of children echoing through the halls, the warmth of family gatherings around the hearth, and the dreams that had taken root within these walls. But amidst the echoes of yesterday, Sarah also sensed a profound sense of loss, a longing for the things that could have been, the dreams that had been left unfulfilled, the love that had slipped through the cracks of time. In the quiet solitude of the cottage, Sarah found herself grappling with her own sense of longing, a yearning for connection, for purpose, for meaning in a world that often felt fragmented and ephemeral. And yet, amidst the darkness, she also discovered a glimmer of hope, a spark of resilience that refused to be extinguished. With newfound determination, Sarah set out to breathe life into the forgotten cottage, transforming it into a sanctuary of renewal and rebirth. She rolled up her sleeves, dusted off the cobwebs, and painted the walls with hues of warmth and light. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Sarah poured her heart and soul into the restoration project, infusing every corner of the cottage with love and purpose. She planted gardens outside the windows, filled with vibrant blooms and fragrant herbs, and hung curtains on the windows, casting patterns of light and shadow across the floorboards.
And amidst the echoes of yesterday, Sarah found solace in the knowledge
that though the past may be fraught with pain and regret, it also held the seeds of redemption and renewal. For in the tapestry of life, every thread, no matter how frayed or faded, was woven with purpose and meaning, creating a masterpiece of resilience, redemption, and renewal.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of gold and crimson across the sky,
Sarah stood outside the cottage, her heart overflowing with gratitude. For she knew that though the journey had been long and arduous, it had also been filled with moments of beauty and grace, moments that had shaped her into the person she was meant to be. And as she watched the stars twinkle overhead, Sarah felt a sense of peace wash over her, a peace that transcended time and space.
Echoing through the ages, forever etched in the fabric of her soul.
For in the quiet stillness of the night, amidst the echoes of yesterday,
she found the courage to embrace the present and the promise of tomorrow.
knowing that no matter where life's journey took her, she would always carry with her the echoes of yesterday, guiding her toward a brighter tomorrow.